Get the most out of your time at work with Karen Gately. Leadership and People Management Specialist.
Karen, proving that even the most professional of us can leave mobile phones behind sometimes. Welcome this morning on a different phone.
Thank you very much.
Yes, Karen did leave her phone at a restaurant last night, but don't worry, it has been tracked down. You may not have ownership of your phone right now, Karen, but you can help us take ownership of our career.
Yeah, let's hope I do a better job, hey? Yeah, look, absolutely. This morning we're talking about, how you actually enter the driver's seat. A lot of people are sitting, wishing, wanting, hoping that they're given opportunities. But, often the reality is we need to actually create those opportunities and forge those ways forward.
Well, I think a lot of us can get stuck in that cruise control mode where we're just heading into work each day, getting our job done and heading home. But is that ever really going to progress our career?
Well, look, it might if we get lucky, and that's the key thing. If we just happen to be somebody that's in the right place and have a employer who's really interested in us and observing us and, seeing what we're capable of. But in most cases, absolutely, it's going to take us actually putting our hand up or us putting, our foot forward to actually take opportunities, and otherwise we can get overlooked.
Well, that opportunity, that is the key word here, because that's what you really need to have your eyes open for. When that door opens up, sometimes it just requires a little bit of bravery, but also we feel like we might need an edge. So how can you get an edge when an opportunity arises?
Yeah, again, it's about being deliberate. So, thinking about what is my unique offer.
Yep.
And then, it's about actually stepping forward and engaging with the people who are contemplating, who it is that they're going to hire into that role. So if we're talking about an edge, ultimately what we're talking about is getting firmly on the radar of that hiring employer, and creating, perception in their mind that we have a really strong, brand or character to bring to the role. Because I think, lots of us can have skill sets and, having done certain tasks, and if there's a whole, bunch of candidates that have a similar CV, how do you give yourself your edge? You be the person that the employer can see is really going to grab the thing, run with it, really be passionate about the role, be willing to invest that heart and energy into getting the job done ultimately.
I love the idea of creating that perception, but how do you do that when, let's say a job is up for grabs and you want to create that perception that you're the right person for the job, maybe go that extra mile, but do it without being annoying or feeling like you're being overbearing in that situation?
Yeah, exactly right. And I think it starts by actually earning that reputation before the opportunity even presents. So if we are career-minded, it's about making sure that we're very aware of what our brand internally is. Let's hope we've got some solid foundations set. So then, as you say, when the job opportunity does come along, there's still something for us to do then. It is about stepping forward. It's about going and having conversations, for example, with the manager about specifically what they're looking for and, giving them insight to why you think you would love the opportunity.
Yeah.
But as you say, if we're just going to start that whole campaign, as soon as we hear about the job and previously we haven't really been that engaged or that driven, then it's going to be a harder sell. And it's going to be a harder balance, between trying to prove ourselves and becoming annoying, as you say. So I do think it's important to think about, those opportunities before they arrive, as we said. But once they do, it's really just about demonstrating, why you believe that this is a great next step for you.
We're speaking to our HR specialist, Karen Gately, about taking ownership of your career. We're talking about making the most of those opportunities when they arise, but what if you feel like your company, your current career, has no opportunities coming up? If you feel like there's no career path, is it time to move on?
Look, it absolutely can be if, again, as we're saying, those ambitions are something that you're keen to achieve. Make sure that you have conversations before you do, though, because sometimes we assume that there aren't those avenues, but when we open up the conversation, we discover that there are some choices that we can make. So I think, putting your hand up and demonstrating, or at least being educated about what's possible. And then, as we're saying, if, those steps just aren't there, then starting to look outside of our organisation becomes the only option. But let's not jump, from frying pans into the fire. Let's make sure that we're really qualifying out there with those other employers, that they are, willing, able, committed to providing those paths that you're looking for.
Put that matchbox away. It is not time to burn that bridge just yet.
No.
Karen, we'll join you again next Monday. Talking Mother's Day, of course, which is this Sunday. We want to find out how to achieve that career balance for working mums. We'll catch you next Monday.
Thank you. See you then.